Raisin wine. Is the joke on us?
Okay, so what started as a joke to see how many raisins does it take to become a valid nutrient in a wine turned out to be a pretty decent product. We don't really have an ABV for this because all I did was shove a bunch of raisins in there and make a wine from it, so there was no way to really know.
If you have not seen the ridiculousness that was the original video, I'll
Go
have a
watch
link
it.
in the description and up here. And
It was funny. It was like all
fine.
raisins with a little bit of water.
It's fine.
But anyway.
As you can see, this is super dark.
One more thing though, I did kind of calculate out the potential of the sugars in the raisins, and assuming a few things, it's probably somewhere between 17 and 18%. That's as much as we can really know, but it could be as low as 15 too, based on inaccuracy in the calculation process.
Even with it being super dark, if you look kind of diagonally through your glass, you can see that it's actually very clear.
It's kind of ruby colored actually. It's even red.
It's pretty. Kenny would really appreciate the color of this beverage.
Oh my God, smell it.
I know, it smells like...
It's so rich.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And this was a little harsh in the beginning. I remember
if somebody created incense from raisins, that's what it smells like.
Now, I'll say right now, if you do not like raisins, this may not be the wine for you. However, we like raisins.
We do.
I actually eat a little bit of raisins almost every day. And we do not use the raisins that contain sulfites. Sun-Maid, in the red container, they do not have sulfites in them. A lot of people have been telling me, oh, I don't use raisins because of the sulfites. They don't have sulfites. There's none in them.
Now, that particular brand doesn't have sulfites, so you need to check
their white raisins do.
Right, yeah.
And other brands do, but the Sun-Maid, or I don't even think it's organic, it's just Sun-Maid raisins, just their regular red box raisins, do not contain sulfites. So if someone tells you that they do and that's why you shouldn't use them, don't, because if this had sulfites in them, it wouldn't have fermented, but it did. Very, very well, actually.
It's one of those things that I could just smell all day. And
it's amazing. It's like a liqueur more so than a wine.
Yeah.
Maybe the ABV's even higher.
I wish we knew what the ABV was.
It's got to be between 15 and 18.
Take a sample and send it to a lab, but honestly, we don't care, so we're not going to. Brian went in for a sip, but I just want to smell it. And he's doing the little head bob, so he either likes it or doesn't like it, or the smell's better, or I don't know.
I'm not giving it away till she tastes it.
He's trying to do the poker face.
I think the smell is better than the taste. It's not horrible. It's far superior to what it was. This was harsh a year ago. It was like alcohol in a bottle, just period alcohol.
Now, I think part of the problem here is we're a little biased because we just came off of a mead tasting.
Yep.
And that had a super rich, really lovely, velvety mouthfeel, where this is a wine and it's not going to have that same mouthfeel. So.
I don't know, the mouthfeel is the same. I'm getting heavy, thick, viscous, rich mouthfeel. Mouthfeel is not the issue. There's an odd flavor there. There's a weird...
I meant there's no the honey viscosity thing where the sweetness of the honey and the flavor of the honey plus the mouthfeel are working together, making you feel like you're drinking honey. There's no honey in this. It's a wine. At least I didn't think we could.
Okay, no, there's no honey in it.
They just want raisins.
I don't even think there's sugar in this.
I think it's just raisins and water, right? And yeast.
There's something in there that's just not great to me. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. But it's pure raisin wine. I think there might be too many raisins. We use too many raisins in the raisin wine, but I honestly think that might be it. It could also be the alcohol percentage. Like if it's a very high alcohol, that could be tainting the flavor slightly.
I think the disconnect between the aroma and the flavor is that the flavor is more astringent than the aroma. The aroma has a certain amount of sweetness to it that you're going to think you're going to receive that sweetness.
It's not very sweet.
It's not very sweet on the palate.
This is almost dry.
I think if we added honey
Well, yeah.
to it.
But pretty much you could put honey on a bumper of a Volkswagen and make it taste good. So, you know.
Sure, but I'm just thinking about all of the different things we have available to us to sweeten something. I don't want sugar. I don't
Right.
want brown sugar. I don't want molasses. I want honey.
Now, don't get me wrong. This is decent. This is not bad. It's just not. The smell set the expectation higher than the flavor was able to deliver. That's really what I'm getting at.
Yeah. And that's why I keep smelling
hate
it,
it.
because I'm like, what is the disconnect? And it's just the sweetness
All right,
that I think.
let me go through. Let me give you some travel footage here. As it comes in, there's a lovely flavor. There's a deep, like dried fruit flavor there, like plums, prunes, that sort of thing. Raisin. It's got that deep richness that's wonderful. In your mouth, then it tastes a little bit sweet, like almost a molasses sweet, kind of smoky.
Yeah.
There's a rich mouthfeel. On the exit, on the finish, that's where I get the unpleasantness.
Yep.
And it's almost too astringent, too tannic. And that actually could be from the raisins themselves, because raisins are this big. The grapes would be this big. So you can pack a lot more raisins into a small area, which means the tannic value was through the roof compared to what we would normally have in a brew. I believe, because I'm getting the drying mouth thing on the finish, I believe that's the issue, is it's a little too tannic. Take away some of the tannins, which means we use too many raisins. So I was right the first time. If we took away some of the raisins, I think this would be far better, and it would actually be a little bit lower alcohol and everything like that, so it would work a little bit better.
I'm almost getting the similar sensation to like drinking black coffee
Yes.
on the aftertaste.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of that sensation, so it's not going to stand for me.
This is even more tannic to me than black coffee, because I drink black coffee.
And then I'm trying to mentally pretend that it is a dry wine, and it's still beyond that, too, because dry wines have kind of a cleansing thing going on.
Yeah, they're crisp.
Where this isn't really doing that. It's more.
Now there's some
like,
sweetness here. There's residual sweetness.
more of
in
that
this.
coffee staying with you.
Yeah, it's that
kinda.
finish with the extra tannins. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Nope.
It's just slightly displeasurable. How's that?
And I think because the aroma is so delightful.
Yeah, there's a discordant thing
that
going
it
on.
makes it even more unpleasant.
Based on smell, I'd give this like a 9 to 9.5.
absolutely.
This is, like, when I smelled it, I was like,
Right.
oh, wow, this is going to be good. And then, it was a little bit, and I thought, wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah, type of
And so if you experience the beverages or foods or whatever in that order, it's going to knock the flavor down for you, because you're going to be like, oh, well, it's not meeting my expectations, and now I'm sad.
But as I'm drinking it, I'm enjoying it more. It's definitely an experience type of beverage.
I could see this used in cooking. I could see this used
Yeah.
paired with food.
You can make sauces from this that would be outstanding.
Sure, yeah. Yes. So
Marinated mushrooms in
there's,
this would be
yeah.
unbelievable.
So there's definitely uses for it. It's not like it's going to go down the drain or anything like that.
hell
It's
no.
just
I'm
drinking
drinking
it
this.
alone.
I don't know, I'll drink it.
All right.
It's not my favorite, but I would drink it. All right, so we're gonna have to put a score in this. We have a new improved scoring system. This is our second time using it. Basically, 5 is right out. No, it's still there, it's just not the same anymore. I broke her, that was perfect. Okay, so starting with 1. 1 is still the same. Might be toxic, you're gonna dump this, you ain't drinking it. You probably wouldn't want to give this to anybody. It's not fit for human consumption kind of thing. 10 is like the pinnacle of brews. It's just awesome. If you had 30 brews lined up, this is the one I would choose, okay? And in between is the range. We used to say 5 was like the cutoff for I would drink it, but then I started thinking like, well then what's 4? What's 3? What's 2? Well, they become useless numbers at that point, and that's just not right. No number should be useless.
Unfair to those numbers.
No number left behind. So I decided that it was important to use all of those, and I just figured, let's expand it a little bit. So that way maybe like an 8 wouldn't be quite an 8, because all we had was 5 to 10 before, really, if we liked it. Now we have 2 to 10 if it's drinkable.
Yeah.
I think that just makes more sense. And, you know, it's like the Drew Carey Whose Line Is It Anyway thing. The points just don't matter.
We're just making this stuff up.
Yeah, we make it up as we go along. However, score.
Yep.
I have to think.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can I give 2 scores? One for the first half and one for the second half?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna score it as an average of the 2, and then I'm gonna give my actual scores in a second, as soon as I think about it.
Uh-oh. He's thinking.
All right, I have numbers. Now remember, this is based on the new system. 1, 2, 3,
4.
5. I was actually going 4.5, so why did you give it a 4?
I gave it a 4 because I'm really hung up on the disconnect between the aroma and the flavor. It's really bothering me, and I think
I wanted this to be
that
better.
is part of my own neurosis, that I really, really, really enjoy aromas of things. I'm constantly smelling things, like constantly smelling things. Brian is like, why the heck are you smelling that?
Things that don't even smell.
It's what I do. So
I think she smells water before she drinks it. Although that can have a smell.
besides smelling things, I chew things. So Adam has noticed that I chew alcohol beverages, and that's so that it gets all around your mouth. There's reasons, there's science, that's stuff. Anyway.
That's a technique for whiskey.
Yes. Everything goes back to whiskey.
Well, it does. That's what started us with the flavor profiling and tasting and really getting into that.
Yes. So
we were already brewing, but
the aroma is explicitive of your choice, fantastic. And then the flavor is just kind of like
meh.
Meh.
And that's why I had 2 scores. My first score was a 6 to a 6.5 for the initial flavor coming in with the scent. I thought that was great. And then on the finish, I'm more like a 3 to a 4. So averaged out is like 5. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means it's like middle of the road. It's an average brew for me. It's not great, it's not bad. There's a couple of unpleasant things, but there's a couple of really pleasant things.
Right.
So to me, it kind of falls to a 5. It's middle of the road, nothing fantastic.
And that's why before we gave this numbers, I precursored that with, I would imagine pairing this with things would heighten my experience, because then the play of those flavors would work off each other.
I still think pour some of this in a pan with some mushrooms and you've got a winner right there. That would be amazing. That's probably the perfect use of it.
But on its own, in a glass, by its lonesome.
I agree with your 4. I can't argue with that. I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong anyway, because it's your own personal bias and how you feel about it. And it's your brew, and you're allowed to like it or hate it as you wish. But that's the end of the Raisin Wine saga. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.